Hi everyone, we met again. All here. I'm going to go to the whiteboard now. And do we have any questions? Okay, Colin. Yes, Colin.
Do you have any advice on ways that might be easily accepted for changing from the functional structure to aiming to more projectized?
Yes, there is one way of doing it. If you're in a very functional organization, uh, one of the ways to do that would be to initiate a project to start a project management office. Start a project management office. And then starting a project management office, what you're actually doing is, and I've seen it successfully done actually in an IT company. The project management office then um, starts getting permanent project managers in that can actually function across multidisciplinary area. Um, and the head of the project managing or the project management office has normally a very senior position, so has the ability to put steering committees that have the most senior members of the organization on it. And what that does then is it starts forcing a matrix organization. We
Yeah,
can talk
okay,
a
fair
little bit
enough.
about that one as we go. Probably next week I'll bring you some more information on how well it is in next week's session
Yeah, okay,
when
very
we
good.
look at the
No, just
structures of
with
that.
work in a local government council engineering department, and they're very heavily structured.
Yeah.
But yeah, more and more we sort of find ourselves working on projects, and maybe we need to question the definition of the projects, which is interesting. We're reading through the book, and that might be more so program management rather than the project management. But um, yeah, there's so many times when staff from the different areas are trying to work together, and yeah, that's when they end up with the mix-ups. So it's interesting to see those things happen, and yeah, maybe that's what we should be doing, like you say, is start a project to switch to projectization.
Well, an engineering department of a local authority is a very good place to actually start with a project management office, because if you look at most of your capital works will be projects.
Yeah, that's right. They
Uh,
certainly are, because they've got their start and end times, and
yeah,
they're defined
and you know what
costs and scope and all that sort of thing.
you could probably put all your minor works together. Uh, you could probably put all your minor works together and make a separate project. So an engineering works in a local authority could work very well as in a project office and in a balanced environment. Even a
Yeah,
strong
because they're
project
basically
task.
just continually just doing projects, but the only other thing is that we've got a sequence of projects that there's too many variables with the weather and that sort of thing, so you're sort of skipping between things and putting things off, that sort of thing. So it's probably it works as it is, but I think there's certainly room for improvement.
Um, I'm not very familiar with an engineering works of a local authority, so that's very difficult for me. But when I think about it, um, what happens on bad weather days? What are the type of things that you actually do when there's a bad weather day? And I know we can have quite a few of them. I mean,
Yeah, well,
well,
even
here in Queensland and Sunshine Coast, we've had what nearly 5 days of continuous rain. What happens?
yeah, that's right, especially when you've got the wet seasons, when the roads are sometimes impassable, and then you've got the drought. That's one big one that we've had here for the last 10 years, while ever I've been here. Just unavailability of water. So you've got your road maintenance schedules for your gravel roads, but you've got to put so much off because there's no water that you can
Right.
apply to the road to actually do your project. So things like that, lack of water, and then too much water. So it's a matter of moving to and from the dry and wet areas, and yeah, managing other little projects slipping them in between times. But yeah, it's been quite a challenge just watching it.
Okay, that's quite interesting. So, are there any other questions from this evening? Um, have you all tried to get into the members area, and have you been successful in getting there? Would you like to go over that, or can you manage? If anybody would like me to do that, I could probably do that.
Yeah. I've been able to get in and have a look around. One thing I wondered about was whether there should be a link to these workshops
Okay.
on that website, so that we're not relying on our emails.
There is actually a link. There is a forum that's there. I'm just not sure whether, and I might need some help in actually making sure that all the participants can actually participate in that forum. In other words, you can leave messages on that message board on that forum. And I couldn't manage to make that work on Friday, but I'm pretty sure I'll have that working by the end of tomorrow. And all these meetings that we're actually recording, we will put up in that same area so that you can actually hear them again as well. So yes, we can do that, and yes, we can. It will help us to actually post things there and to be able to reply to them. For certainly, I will be going in regularly, probably keeping there most of the time, so that I can watch it and actually respond there. So if there are times that you want to make something there, that's a good place to do it. It's actually better than my email because I can actually it's concentrated in one area, so I can work together with you as a group.
Yeah, that's what I was finding too, because I have a work email and a home email, and things get sent to work email from you guys, and then I've got to forward them home, and then if I'm not there for a day and I miss an invite or something, well then you're stuck then. Whereas we can always get on the internet
let me
wherever we
go
are.
on to that one now. I'll actually go there. The first thing I need to do is actually get there, and then I will share the screen. If you can just hold on one sec. Oops. I'm just typing up the things now to get into the members area. And I will share that in a second. Oh, that's not going to work. This way. Just give me one sec and I will have it up. Okay. Okay. Try and share this computer screen. I'm going to share the computer screen. Share. Okay. And if I put the glasses on, I can see it come up there. All right. So we'll go into the members area. We're going to go into the I'm logging on as an administrator. This is not necessarily what you would see. It'll be more or less what you see when I get into the other one. But it will help us identify. So PMG. Right. On the side here, you will see, if I can just get, I don't seem to have a pointer on this one. On the side, you'll see it says add news and that sort of thing. That is actually the forum for us on this one here. Maybe the whiteboard will overlay on here. No, can I scale to fit? No. Scroll. No, it's a little difficult. Some bigger. Let's see if that'll help. No, not really. Oops, there we go. All right. what I'm going to do, all right, if you have a look over here, you'll see that there's if you want to add a new topic, what should be able to do is that participants can actually add the topic directly here. They can put a subject in there, and then you can type a message. Now, that's the one I was having a problem of allowing all participants to be able to do at the moment. So that I'm hoping to have fixed up by tomorrow. There's another way that we can actually, and that should actually send a notice to your email as well. So although it's here, you can also see it on your email. So when I say post and click on the post, it should actually post it to all the emails as well. But it will be in one area to do that. So that's one way of we can communicate with each other. There is another way that we can communicate here. Let me just see. Add resource. There is a chat, and I will put that in tomorrow as well. So that you can. It's like we're doing a chat on this one here. We can also put a chat in that area. So we can actually do that as well. So that will be on the right hand side if when we look at that one as well. All right, I'm going to go back. I will send out some things on that one to all of you about that. Take that one off. All right. Now, what I really highly recommend that you do is to do those unit commencement tasks, and if you do those, I think that'll actually give you an understanding of what's expected out of this unit and what's expected when you actually do that. So the unit commencement tasks are these ones here. This is how it looks when you click on it and it comes up. All right, we'll do the project management framework, and you should see this come up now. There we go. And hopefully, it's not showing. Number of attempts decreased. I need to fix that one too. All right, I'm not sure that you can actually see that. Can you see the pop-up? No. Okay. All right. But there the questions will be. It'll be multiple choice questions. And you should be able, it says stop sharing, so I'm not surprised that you can't see it. Oh, so you've been in and you've tried one. Okay, Colin's tried one. Andrew, and I don't know who else will, but I suggest that you go in and try that one and go through it. I'd be really happy if you did. So that's the other one. If you go down, let's just go down. I'm going to show you where the assessments are. This is the core learning. This is what the core learning would look. It's also going to come up with a separate one, and that's you're not going to be able to see that one either. So that's a problem. All right, down to the assessments, and there would be the assessment area. There's it says project, and I don't want you to get confused with that one. Each one of those are your own projects. So to be counted as competent, each one of those need to be answered, or you can do the RPL up the front there. The RPL would be these areas here. You can actually, if you want to do the RPL, we can go through the question bank. What you need to do there is just make an appointment with me, and then we can actually do it over the web, or we can find a way to actually find a way where there's a number of questions that I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you for some referee testimonials because I can't see everything that you've done yourself, and there are some documents that you're going to have to provide for me to prove to me that you're actually competent on that, or prove to the board or prove to our committee that you're actually competent in that area. And then there are the assessments. There's also some websites that I've actually put on there so that you can actually have a look at those. All right. Are there any other things on that one? Would you be happy with that? Are there any other questions? Anybody got a question? Okay. It looks like, well, next week what I'll do is come with my own questions, and then no, no thanks. We'll catch up on this next week. Okay, well, that'll be great. We'll catch up next week then. I'm glad that Lance got in tonight. Lance, it's good to see you here. Okay, more reading needed, Colin. Yeah, that'll be great. And Andrew, you get after this and explore the members area. Yep, that'll be great. All right then. Can I say good evening then to you all? And say thank you for attending this part. If there's any more, please let me know. If there are any questions at any time, just please email them to me, because that'll actually help. It'll help a lot. It'll also help me with trying to answer and be very specific in the areas that you're at, especially in the areas that'll be in your own work area where you will find difficulty in implementing projects. So there we are. We'll just say thanks again and good night to you for this time. All right. Thank you. And then we will see you next week. Good night.